We got some more good news, Saints fans. Alvin Kamara, he has etched himself into Saints history. He has put pen to paper, signed, sealed, delivered. He is one step closer to retiring a New Orleans Saint and having the badge of honor of being a Saint for life. He just agreed to a 2-year, $24.5 million extension. That was first reported by Mike Garafolo. And I just got to say, it is a great day to be a Saints fan. Earlier, we broke down some good news. That's positive injury updates. And now we get to see a Saints player, a Saints legend, and one of the best players to ever rock the fleur-de-lis on the side of their helmet. He gets to retire New Orleans Saints. A really, really good day. And if you're excited, you're pumped up with me, and you're just so happy for Alvin Kamara, hit the thumbs up icon, like today's video. So let's just take a quick trip down memory lane. Remember when this nonsense got posted? Remember when this absolute clown, this fraud, this phony put out this post saying that Alvin Kamara has formally requested a trade? I tried telling y'all it wasn't going to happen. I tried telling y'all that he wanted to be a Saint for life. I tried telling y'all that no matter what, the Saints wanted to keep him around, that he wanted to stick around. What I tell you, people are saying I know ball. But again, if you ever thought that this report, this idea, this nonsense was ever accurate, was ever actually going to happen, I am so happy to burst your bubble. Because Alvin Kamara, he is one of, if not the best Saints running back of all time. And he will get to retire in New Orleans. And, really good cap news, really good updates. We got to break it all down and get a full reaction in today's video. But join me, Saints fans, in congratulating and showing some love to Alvin Kamara. Type 41 down in the comment section. I really hope I see the same amount of views in the same amount of comments. Because Alvin Kamara, your running back one, AK-41, he deserves your love, and he deserved to be a Saint for life. And I'm so damn excited that he gets to do just that. Now, really quick, so how does this impact the cap space? How does this impact the money moving forward? Really good news. A big part of Alvin Kamara's extension. So right now, before the extension, the New Orleans Saints were about $80 to $82 million over the cap. But after this extension, they saved $18 million in next year's cap space. In 2025, New Orleans Saints dropped from about $82 million to about $64 million over the cap, which that's a really, really easy thing to do. Or not easy thing to do. It's a really easy thing to navigate, and it just became much easier thanks to this extension. And Kamara is a player who's been getting it done his entire career, and there is no doubt about it that he is one of the most special players in all of the history of the National Football League, and especially at the running back position. He's not just a guy who can get it done on the ground. He's a guy who can get it done in the air as well. He's a good receiving back. He's a phenomenal leader. He has really embodied what it means to be a New Orleans Saint. And on top of that, I think that not only at this point in his career is he still impactful and effective, I also think that keeping him around over the next couple of years does a really good service and a good due diligence, and it's doing right by whoever the future of the running back group is. Whether it's Kendre Miller, whether it's another player that you draft, whether it's another player that you sign in free agency, you trade for in the offseason, I don't really care. Whoever it is has a really good mentor and has somebody, one of the best players that you could ask for to pour into you early on into your career. So Alvin Kamara, again, this is just nothing but a congratulations video. It's nothing but a let's get informed, let's get updated, and let's just show some love to AK-41. One of the best running backs. I've said it before. One of the highest producing running backs, one of the highest scoring running backs. Just absolute legend right here. But hey, this is why you subscribe. Literally what? Today's Tuesday, Colin? Monday. Yesterday, I put this video out. It says big moves coming. We talked about Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Hey, Colin, what happened? What happened with Marquez Valdes-Scantling? I can't remember. Okay. Oh. And then what about Alvin Kamara? I talked about he's going to get extended soon. What? I forgot. What's the topic of this video?
I believe he got extended.
Oh, that's right. So here, it's safe to say at Saints Now we know ball. So you should subscribe, lock us in. That way you can get informed around your favorite team and know what's happening before it actually happens and before it's announced to the rest of the world. So lock us in, subscribe today. Live shows every single week, multiple live shows a week, daily videos. I promise you, nobody's going to outwork us here at Saints Now by Chat Sports. All right, Mike Garafolo, he's adding a little bit of context here, and I do think that this is important. Alvin Kamara technically had a year left on his deal, but the number at $25 million was never meant to be paid out. So for all intents and purposes, he was slated to be a free agent, and now he will be under the contract with New Orleans for 2 more years. He gets $22 million effectively, fully guaranteed. The contract in total is worth $24.5 million. So, again, more breakdowns, more opinions, more reactions coming here in just a second, but I got to give a big-time shout-out to today's presenting sponsor, and that is Prize Picks. If you want to get like Alvin Kamara and add some layers to your wallet, you should check out Prize Picks today. It's the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks makes your game viewing experience so much better, especially if you're a Saints fan, because, hey, game days are kind of tough nowadays. If you use our code CLNS when you download the Prize Picks app, you'll get $50 instantly when you play $5. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts players discount select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineup. So here's some projections I'm rolling with this week. I'm trying to get off the Saints train. I have done it too much, and they've lost me too much money, quite frankly. So I'm going to go with Anthony Edwards. This is a free projection right now that they have going. It's a really good deal. Half a point? You're telling me Anthony Edwards, half a point, Colin. Okay, yeah. I'm going to take the more on that. That's one of those deals I was just telling you about. C.J. Stroud, I'm going with the less on his passing yards. And Saquon Barkley, he's been lighting it up in Philadelphia. So I'm going to take him to find the end zone just once. If you want to fade my picks, if you want to tail my picks, I don't really care. Just make sure you do it with Prize Picks. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play 5. You don't even need to win to receive the bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. All right, so obviously this is really, really good day. And if you're a real Saints fan, you should be celebrating today. I can understand where we're coming from for those fans and the people who were like, you know what, I just want to rebuild. I'm done with the season. I'm over it. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready to just hit the ground running, reset, have a few bad years, indulge in the nonsense, and really make things happen here. Now, with Alvin Kamara, he's had a phenomenal career. He started out here in New Orleans back in 2017 after being drafted in the 3rd round out of good old Rocky Top. Woo! He is also, fun fact, the all-time leader in yards from scrimmage for the New Orleans Saints with over 10,000 yards. Yeah, I encourage any of you to try and do 10,000 of anything in your lives because it's tough. I mean, Alvin Kamara has been doing it at such a high level for such a long time. He's actually number 2 in all-time leading rushers. He's very, very close, 234 yards away from capturing the all-time leading rusher number. So Deuce McAllister at number 3, George Rogers and Dalton Hilliard at 4, or at 4 and 5, I should say, excuse me. But not to mention, Alvin Kamara also, I believe it's the first player ever in Saints history, 60 career rushing touchdowns. That's special, guys. That doesn't just happen. That doesn't happen on accident. And not to mention, over the course of his career, 24 receiving touchdowns. So this man has found the end zone. Let's do some quick math here. 60 times 6, that's 360, plus 24 times 6, 144 plus 360, 504 points. Alvin Kamara is responsible for 504 points of touchdowns alone. Not to mention the 2-point conversion, all that other stuff. But, I mean, come on, guys. He is special. And I will also add this. It does get him right above Saquon Barkley's number in terms of the highest paid running backs. Or not right above. It gets him right next to that Saquon Barkley number. Christian McCaffrey, he is still making a lot of money, and he's been dealing with some injuries, so obviously you want to see him get back on the field because he is a talented player. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Alvin Kamara, who is one of the best running backs in the National Football League, in my personal opinion. And he's a guy that, to be honest, without Taysom Hill, you need him. You don't have Chris Olave available. You don't have Rashid Shaheed on IR. Jamal Williams hasn't really done anything. Kendre Miller is always dealing with injuries. You're refusing to utilize the tight ends and Foster Moreau and Juwan Johnson, Dallin Holker. Taysom Hill, like I said, dealing with injuries. You have to have Alvin Kamara on the field. I know that it's tough to see him run a lot and just his production start dipping. It's hard. But when you have no options, you have to go to the best option. And maybe your only option. And that is AK-41. And again, he is a vocal leader. He is a strong presence in the locker room. He's not just somebody who at the end of the day is just going to kind of mail it in and not no. Doesn't matter how bad things continue to get this season. Alvin Kamara is a player that's going to voice his frustrations. He's going to be verbal and express how he feels, but he's not going to do or say anything that isn't warranted. He's going to be honest. He's going to give it to you straight, and he's going to be critical and honest with you. But he's not ever going to sit here and bash DA. He's not ever going to sit here and bash the Kubiak by name. He's going to do the right thing. Alvin Kamara is a businessman, and he's a genius when it comes to being a businessman. He's done a lot of really good things with NASCAR. He's got some stuff going on with a fishing tournament and all that cool stuff. But I just got to say, with Alvin Kamara specifically, having him be around, not just for the rest of this season, the remainder of this season, not only is it important for that, but it's important for building for the future and for whoever takes over afterwards, whether it's Kendre Miller, whether it's an Ashton Ginty or Rocket Sanders or whoever it is. I don't know who it's going to be moving forward. But at least for the next couple of years, you have your running back one. That's one thing that you don't have to focus on in terms of adding to your roster next year and the year after. You have at least one guy. You have one talented player. And to be honest, sure, the averages may be going down. Sure, the numbers may have dipped a little bit. And no mystery. Averaging only 3.4 or 3.9 yards per carry. That's not good. That is not good. But I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here. Because what did he do in those first 2 weeks when the Saints were fully healthy? He had 115 rushing yards against the Cowboys and 3 rushing touchdowns. He had 83 yards and 1 touchdown against the Panthers. So he averaged 5.8 yards per carry against Dallas, 5.5 yards per carry against Carolina. And then he was also good for a receiving touchdown. So 5 total touchdowns this season. He has scored a total of 7, 6 on the ground, 1 in the air. All those happened in those first 2 weeks. Get him a healthy line, and we know what he can still do. He's still got speed. He's still got elusiveness. He's still got athleticism. He's still a shifty player. He's still very smart. I believe in Alvin Kamara too. And again, I just go back to this. Remember earlier we showed you that tweet of, Alvin Kamara requested a trade. Here's all the teams that he could go to. He has even been saying this for a couple of days now. He's never wanted to leave. Even when Cam Jordan got extended to get his contract to be a Saint for life, he said, y'all need to start putting pressure on Mickey Loomis for me now. It's my turn to get my extension. It's my turn to get to retire Saint for life. He's been very consistent for years about wanting to retire in New Orleans. And I'm very glad that he gets to do that. And again, what better player than the guy who has 60 total rushing touchdowns, leads the team in all-purpose yards, one of the best rushers of the football. Nobody's more deserving than this guy. It really is. Nobody's more deserving than this guy. So to finish off today's video, I just want to have a fun question, man. What's been your favorite memory of Alvin Kamara so far? I asked this the other day, and I'm going to stand by my answer. The 6 touchdowns on Christmas, that was absolutely electric against the Minnesota Vikings. But, hey, I want you to get down in the comments section and share your thoughts. But, Saints fans, you should be celebrating tonight. You should be having a wonderful evening. And tomorrow morning, we're going to be – or not tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going live again, so we're going to talk more about everything. We're going to have some in-depth conversations about the matchup against the Chargers and all sorts of other fun stuff, trade rumors, everything you need to know around your black and gold. Y'all stay golden. We will see you next time. Congratulations, AK. Saint for freaking life.